And the hatch is still raining down. Welcome, everyone. Welcome, everyone. This is Bear Essentials with Bear Buyers, and we are about to ready to crank off another day's video. Thank you for joining. We had some audio problems, had to do some testing. Sorry about that. Yesterday, I was told that the volume wasn't working, and I had to unload some drivers, put some new drivers in. So if you were watching, I apologize, and thanks for supporting the channel. We're just going to run this build right now. What this build is this is my level 100 build using blue screen, and we need to upgrade these with exotics that we're getting. And let's break it down. It's just your typical striker build. Right now I'm running Fox's Prayers, but I'm thinking about running the Turmoil, which seems to be the kind of my go-to thing of the month. But this Fox's Prayers is at 28 prestige, and that 28% body armor does help, especially with this build being so squishy. Only 874,000 armor compared to some of the other hybrid builds that can be pretty good. And how this build needs to work is it hits so much with crit damage, stuff like that. The Exodus gloves, which usually has no real meaning for me most of the time that I play, but in this location, the hunters will just kill you in the second part of the 100th floor summit. And when you're fighting challenging, you want to stay in cover. And from this gloves really helps you shoot. Actually, it's the wrong gloves. Let me see if I can find the right gloves. It's the other gloves I want. And they're on another character. So yeah, this one it'll work on this. But what happens is that if your armor breaks, then the smoke conceals you for 3 seconds. Then it can happen every 40 seconds. So it does work on this build, but it's not the premium. But we'll go ahead and run this build just to kind of test it out, give it some play test. You can't do the journey. You can't have it active and the Hollywood active at the same time. So let's look at day 2 here. Eliminated shield hostiles. Awesome. That's 100 easy. And all we need is one level here to boost this up and to get an exotic from our box. Now, if you don't know what I'm talking about, I'll explain it. You run over here, those stars that you build up, one for each level, and doing the different events. Today is day 2, so day 1 is still active. Day 2 is now active. Tomorrow, day 3 will be active. And Friday, the last day, will be active. All 4 days will be active. And what we're trying to do is get as many stars as possible to get those to come in here and cash out for these exotic caches. And the reason is, we'll go back over here and I'll show you this. So the reason why we're doing that is because we want to optimize this striker build for sure. So we'll go down here and look at striker. Okay, so we want to get these all to 28. You can see down there where on the right hand side at the bottom, this is a 22. So to get to 23, we need 6 exotics. To get to 21, we need 5 exotics for that. Then we'll need 6 to get to 23. Up here, down here at level 16, we only need 3 exotic components. And we already know we need 5 to get from 20 to 21. So 21 to 22 is probably another 6 or another 5. And then 22 to 23 is 6. 23 to 24 is another 6. 24 to 25 is 7. 28 to 29 would be more. I think that's up to 8 exotics. And it keeps getting worse and worse. So it's just crazy that we have to generate that much exotics to get up at this level. And a lot of people don't do that. They level up a lot of their good builds up to say 17 or 18 because it's so expensive to get everything up here to this level of like this one up to level 28. So let's see what daily projects in store for us for Jefferson Trade Center. That is also part of the weekly mission. So Jefferson Trade Center is definitely something we want to run. And Camp White Oak will get us 1 level, which will get us 1 blue star, 1/20th of the way to another exotic. So we might as well just run this and get our exotics done and gain a little bit of experience along the way. So Jefferson Trade Center. Do, 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 do. So, track our progress on this Hollywood day 2. It's great to use obstacles in the game as like a shield. So right here, we're kind of using this as a shield and kind of shooting around the edge of it. You can't use shields, LMGs with shields, but you can use obstacles. You can use the side of the door jam, um, just like in a real live close quarters combat. You're going to use the environment to keep yourself safe as much as possible. So what this LMG is that shooting marked enemies, shooting enemy marks it, adds a stack to the agent up to 50 shots. Shooting an enemy refreshes the mark and adds stacks to the agent. So once we mark them, we're getting even more. When you deploy a non-shield skill, it removes all the stacks and it triggers the effect. So we kind of want like 50 stacks most of the time to get the full effect. Come on, dude. That adds a few stars already. So again, we want to build up our stacks. So let's see how we did compared. 87 kills compared to the team's 33 kills. So we were doing the majority of the work, or at least finishing them off. Sometimes, especially if Hexagon can beat people to the punch. So the rest of projects we have for the day, control point, looks like enemies in White House area and activities in the White House area. So we'll go over here to this control point. Sure, we're loaded up. Let's see here. Okay. I left some for, there wasn't a lot in there to boost up, but I can let one of the other players get theirs, at least majority of their stuff in. As long as they're not out of that component, of course. Got a nice kill box going on here. Guys got people on each side. It's pretty good. Yeah, one of the problems that a lot of players play, or I wouldn't say a lot, but I find that players play too much is they bunch up in the same area. Sometimes it's necessary. Like if you're defending a bottleneck or you have to, you know, head through a bottleneck, you're going to have to bunch up. But for the most part, when you're open like this, it's great that the other two guys that was just with me, they kind of went when one went left, one went right, one went down the middle. That's the way to play this game. Um, they can't put all of you down in one explosive build or one grenade shot, and it's really bad, especially when you're playing heroic or legendary. That one artillery shot puts you all down. That's not good. Oops. Didn't mean to do that. Look the other way for a second. We're just kind of running through the White House here and heading off to the north area. Got no fast travel up to that area. Somebody's getting me from the side. One more White House activity. Let's see. Got this one right here we can do. So we got our daily exotic. We're well past 20, so we can cash in for that. It's two exotics for the day. Um, Getting two exotics per character would be nice. It would be 8. Um, my ultimate goal would be 10 or more would be awesome per day. Which is a more awesome, ambitious goal, but a great day would be 20. Because we could get 12 from doing the weeklies. We could get another 4 for um, the summit, 4 from each daily. So that's 20 right there. Um, Now, once you get the 20, then that's a different thing. Yesterday we had 10. Uh, I think we had we were only got 3 dailies done, but we got um, 3 items done from the manhunt. Got all 3 exotics up there. I think we had 2 or 3 random, 2 randoms and 1 crafted. Here, they should be disorientated now. You want this credit coming to kill this dude, please? There you go. So let's see. We want projects here. We can go ahead and crank out the white oak while we're here on this. We can be friends. If you can hear me, we are. Hold on. We are live on YouTube, guys. If you can hear me, Bear Essentials with Bear Buyers. Okay, so we got those done, and we can now cash in. We're up to 32 stars, so that's pretty good. And we can cash one in for an exotic. A tardigrade. So one of the things we want to do before we break anything down is go over here, and we just have a few things to upgrade in our library. And we're still looking for those key 4 factors and one SMG. I do believe it is Thunderstrike. Uh, Always, Death Wish, you're welcome to join me anytime. Ooh, got some strikers, even though we really don't need any of that right now. And one of the things we want to do is we want to check and make sure there's none of these that we can craft. So our Witchery's Pride, we're looking for a body armor and a flag. So that's 1 through 20, and then a 61 through 79 to get those 2 parts. And the Western holster, we need everything for it. So we still need the creative mags there. One last thing. Let's see. See how we're doing over here on our expertise. LMGs. Blue screen. Yeah, we can level that up once. Okay. So we got that hitting a little bit better. That and the gloves will be the things we're working on the most on this character. And we have a few. I didn't want to do that. Okay. Let's undo what I just did there. So if you hit the wrong button, it's not good. Remember when we get our stars, we'll have two exotics there. That I kind of forgot about those. That's two more than I was counting on. And we are currently sitting on 12 stars, so eight more stars. So something like 21 more hostiles with grenades. That'll be four. We got the big ones today that helped a lot. Eliminate hostiles with melee attack. That would be real easy to get 20. The burn shield hostiles, that'll be easy. That's another two. Uh, Cleaners, probably when we do summit, we'll run into some cleaners just like we did with the um, Rikers. That's another two and two. That's 12 total. Attack, melee attack, and using melee attack. Eliminate hostiles by using a melee attack, and then melee attack a chain hostile, so you can hit them more once and get that. So there's another two. So that's 16. And then specialization, we're only 38 away from that. That's 19. So we can see there's 9 from yesterday, another 7 still from today to knockout. So that's 16 there. That would give us another exotic for the day. We are at 2 so far today. Okay, so let's place that, throw that in there. There we go. We got those in there. Okay, so that precludes this character. We got it full of everything we are going to work over. So some people use these accounts to just mule, tear it down, build back up their watch score and the resources. And like I said before, and if you follow any other content creators, um, they have been on the record as well that is something that was never intended for Ubisoft to be able to do, and they are basically getting rid of it. Now, how that'll affect the rest of our characters, we'll have to see. Are we still going to be able to grind individual missions on each one account, or is it now just going to be you get to do this stuff on one account, not each? So, like this weekly shade requisition or the dailies, and do them on each character like I do. Um, we may not be able to do that after the 27th. Really, haven't seen the particulars on that yet. Um, so we'll have to see how that progresses. And there it is. We're going to stop this video again. I'm going to take an early dinner tonight. I have some personal stuff to take care of in the morning until about 1 o'clock, and then we'll get back up here and we'll be grinding uh, day 3 for the Hollywood. Try to get as many levels this week as possible because, again, each level counts as a star. 20 stars equal to exotic. So, um, that's the goal. So far we've able to require 3 exotics from today on this account, and we have 3 more accounts to work, our characters to work on. And when I come back after dinner break, we'll do a live stream. So those of you that's watching, thank you for watching. I hope you are able to watch again. And again, we're going to now that I have my audio problems fixed, we're going to see if I can get some actual build videos out, some videos on what to do if you're a newer player. If you've been gone a year, 2 years, what has really changed? So, and would love to have you guys, um, if you're watching this when it's not live, if you would be able to uh, participate, that's great. And I also need to get on the discords and start advertising that I'm back and get that done. And a few videos in there that'll do it. We'll get on Discord and see, get other people's input on what's working, what isn't working, what's changed and what hasn't changed, and get their input. If you're a new player, what are you doing? How you join a community? That's another video we'll work on. Is the communities that's outside the game, the discords and the Facebook communities that support Division Two, the content creators, and put it kind of in one, and say, hey, remember, there's other ways to get information. Not that I'm trying to sell any content creator short, but again, you teach a person how to farm, they can raise their own food. But if you just hand them food, then they're always starving. you're only helping them out for today. So tomorrow you got to help them out again. I like helping you guys out. That's why I do what I do. It puts some joy in my life, maybe some dopamine, to uh, keep my spirits up and stuff. It's something I enjoy. So thank you for watching, and we'll see you in a little bit.